Alright, y'all. Back in the car with it. It's December 1st. Happy new month, y'all. So, we got Saturn went direct. And then after that, we got Mercury went direct. And then after that, we have today, the first day of December 2025. And then on the 4th, we have a full moon. That is a whole lot of movement. Okay? But it's like, it's the anticipation of movement more than it is the actual movement, though. So, this sense of anticipation, like with how much pressure is coming from the anticipation, lets me know 111 that December has so much potential. You guys, it's insane. It's literally insane. So yeah, Saturn went direct in Pisces. Mercury went direct in, look now, y'all, don't get me the line. Was it Scorpio, y'all? I hope so. Mercury done went direct in Scorpio. And then the full moon, it's Sagittarius season, and then the full moon is in Gemini. So what is that? Pisces, Scorpio, Sagittarius, 9 degrees Sagittarius, so super Sagittarian, and full moon in Gemini. So, water, fire, air. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm just speaking out loud and then we'll keep it going. Completion, Comfrey. Saturn, direct. Oh my goodness, guy. Sorry, I have kids. I'm always doing that. 32. I am gonna pull a couple of cards. I don't want to pull too many, but I will pull some. I'm not knowing if I want to. Aww. And then we have partnership. Juno. Number 31. Wow, we have 31 and 32. Progression, people. Progression. At 303. Juno, Comfrey. Juno. Ain't that movie with Ellen Page and she was a teen mom? So I don't know. Maybe if you was a teen mom or a teen parent, I don't know. Maybe something you've been wishing for. Look, December might be the month. And who knows, maybe we'll get news about some of the teen moms from the show Teen Mom. Y'all remember? Do y'all keep up with them? I did for a while. And by a while, I mean to like 2015. But I still hear about them here and there. So I don't know, maybe they'll be in the news for something. Hopefully they're okay. Hopefully it's good news, you know? Alright, and then we have make room. These are all just at the bottom. Create space to welcome positive change into your life. Let go of everything that doesn't align with the future you are creating. So these are underlying energies. We just completed something. Saturn just told us. Comfrey. Completion. And then partnership. I don't know. Man. Who is we partnering up? I just think the inner and the outer are partnering up. And that's just gonna show up for everybody in different ways. But alright. So back to what I was saying about it's not really the movement of energy yet, it's the anticipation of the energy. So, for instance, if you've ever been on just any type of public transportation, but I was thinking of a plane. So, when the plane starts to descend and before you land, like, and then you land, and then it's a process. It's not just we were all the way up here, but more than 10,000 feet in the air, and then we just immediately come back down to the ground. It's been a gradual, slow, and then you land, and then you got to go down the track to the doorway, to where your gate is. All of this is sounding very metaphorical, okay? So, December 1st, the vibe is feeling like our planes have landed. Our public transport, whether we're on a ferry, a boat, a plane, we got a personal driver, whatever, okay? We are landing and we are preparing to leave our public transport. Okay, so it's about to, we're gathering our luggage, making sure things would happen on the travel. Okay, you guys, that's where we're at. We're gathering our things and we're about to take off into the new. Boo sugars. Oh, goodness. I don't know, it's just crazy. Because just even me speaking on the energies feels like it's coming in a lot more clear. Which is awesome. I'm like, oh, y'all, I've been showing up. Anyways, I don't want to be on here forever. I really don't. So let's chat about it. What have y'all's bodies been feeling like? I'd say I've been alright. More alright than I have been, especially. I've been really trying to tune in and tap into my body. You guys, I'm not gonna lie. That's all I got. That's all I came into the world with, my body. Alright, okay. So what do we need to know? I don't know. What more do we need to know about... I guess I'll just add... What do we need to know about Saturn going direct? I guess I'll pull for all of that. What do we need to know about Saturn going direct? Dandelion, Wounded Healer, Chiron, and Jupiter. I'm gonna get a whole full-blown message. Help! I said full-blown and then it just... But look. There's Jupiter right there. And Uranus. And then transits. Anyways. That was too much. Please enjoy my face. I'm very expressive. I've always been told that. What do we need to know about Saturn going direct? Okay, we have conjunction, alliance, and third house communication. Lots of birds. Air, like I was saying earlier, water, fire, air. Oh, hot damn. This is my jam. Keep me partying till the AM. Y'all don't understand. Make you throw your hands in the air. Air. What do we need to know about Saturn going direct? Wild and wonderful. Why focus on limitations and realism? Breakthroughs and miracles require no linear explanation or method. Unexplainable and illogical magic happens every day. So what do we got here? We got 53, 51, 41. So 8, 6, and 5. So, what we need to know about Saturn going direct is we just went through a period of really looking inward, taking an internal audit of what's going on the inside and the way that we are structured from the inside out. Okay. Now, for those of us that have done the work and really have done so, we have come into this wounded healer vibration. Like, basically, we went through all that and learned about it so we can find our people. You know, the third house is like your siblings and your people that you chat with day to day, with just your chit chat, your local everyday communications. Like, we are fixing those lines of communications, and we're finding our real brothers and sisters who we can be wild and wonderful with. Because Saturn is about structure, but Saturn and Pisces is just like, what is structured water? Ice? A structured liquid. So what, molecules? I don't know. You know what I mean? We're conjoining with our actual folk to do what we are designed to do. But I do have a guidebook for once, so let's read. If your chart were a village map, the third house would represent your local neighborhood, primary school, and corner pub. It symbolizes how you learn, communicate, and move around your familiar world based on your sibling-like relationships and the people in your local environment. Check the lines of communication and your thinking process. First, repair any actual technical glitches, loose wires, computer, or phone problems. Then, take this metaphor a step further and look at how your messages are sent and received. Make sure you understand what was intended in the letter or email you received. Ask other people what they heard you say in an exchange. When in doubt, ask for more information and repair any miscommunication. Then take this metaphor in-house and look within. Notice the quality of your thinking, repair glitches, stretch your mental muscles, and improve the quality of your communications. You may need to learn new ways to express yourself so others hear your true intentions. Think about how you learned to communicate growing up through your relationships with siblings or sibling-like friends, your early school experiences. Investigate how those early relationships formed mental habits that affected the present moment. You may need to get out of your head and get a fresh perspective. Observe and test your assumptions. Check for confirmation bias, the tendency to believe anything that supports your opinions, and reject new information that challenges your worldview. Read a spiritual text or ponder a metaphysical concept and let it stretch your mind. Check in with siblings and sibling-like friends. Look for any shadow of rivalry and see if you can switch it to mutual encouragement where all win. It's up to you to reframe this dynamic. Challenge. Chatter is not the same as communication. Sibling or sibling-like rivalry can challenge you to grow in small doses, but don't let it distract from your self-direction. Stay on target. Gift. We are all siblings in the eye of spirit. Let that sink in. Okay, so a lot of maybe we're speaking on it. Maybe this was a period of basically probably destroying a line of communication that was learned through competition and rivalry with, those you should have been able to just be yourself with. And, for those of y'all with a pure heart, my heart goes out to y'all for having to deal with something like that. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm maybe in my own way, I've gone through that. I can say that I've gone through it, but I was just so, like, what the hell, that I didn't peak. But I can understand how that is, that's just tough. Okay, what do we need to know about Mercury going direct? But yes, Saturn going direct. Really, now that Saturn's direct, we can work with our true foundation now. So whether things had to be destroyed or, things were already on a clear enough ground to start building. Ooh, a cardinal. A male cardinal. Cool. And that bottom card, partnership, cardinals mate for life. So yes, the underlying energy of who you partner up with and who your people are. So now that Saturn's direct, you can build stronger lines of communication with people and know that it is going to not be a competition. Everything is going to be more of a cooperation, unification. Because nobody is throwing your limitations in your face, and nobody is forcing you to be stuck to a dying reality. Your real people are not going to have you out here trying to stay stuck to a dying reality. Alright, what do we need to know about Mercury going direct? Tobacco offering. Mars and Pluto. Excuse me, y'all, that's not cute. Keep it cute. We got two. I'll probably keep them. Whew, geez Louise. A lot of masculine energy. We have Mars, motion. Mars is in what? Sagittarius? And then we have opposition. 22. The master builder. Saturn. And Mercury's about communication. And then we have opposition, confrontation, number 53 at 8. 24, 6. What am I getting from this? Now that Mars is direct, we have to take action. Now that Mercury is direct, I know Mars goes retrograde like every 2 years or something. When's the next Mars retrograde? Because I'm not gonna lie, like I've been in my head, Mars retrograde. That's just me. What do we need to know about Mercury going direct? No pressure. Chilling in the hammock. When you want more, don't push yourself or others to get more. Give more of your pure, genuine self, and life will immediately and effortlessly match it. Okay. Offering. Motion, confrontation, no pressure. As far as what do we need to know? Just make sure, since Mercury went retrograde, I feel like we got a taste of understanding what it's like to make moves from a pure place, a place of alignment, and then a place of just sticking to what's happening. What do they call that? The status quo. And sticking to the status quo of a dying climate, social climate, dying society, dying whatever you want to call it. Sticking to the status quo means you're choosing to die off with it. And that's just the truth. So, we have to ensure that our actions and things that we're moving, our offerings through our actions, our thoughts, words, and our actions, are worth building. That is not going to have to be something that's going to have to be destroyed within the next Saturn retrograde. You know what I mean? Or hell, even before then, because it's just so flimsy in its true divine structural framework, like its blueprint is just, ugh. I'm just looking at this opposition. Well, I mean, the full moon's coming. And that's, the full moon is always when the sun and the moon are in opposite signs. So don't feel pressured to stay connected to anything that's dying off. Like, now that Mercury's direct, it went back into Scorpio when Scorpio deals with the things that are dying. And I just feel like we got another, because Mercury retrogrades quick, we got another quick internal mental audit, since we have to fix our communications now that Saturn's direct. And now December. What do we need to know? Just a quick little overview about December. But I mean, I feel like these energies have, like, we're not meant to feel pressured by it. We're meant to feel excited about it. We're meant to allow the anticipation to motivate us to continue to build what's proper and not build more for what's dying, because regardless if it sticks, we know it's not going to permanently stick. Excuse me. So what do we need to know about December 2025? Purpose. Ashwagandha, the north node in the moon. The nodes are points of the moon. So, what do we need to know about December 2025? Debilitated. Discomfort. 2222. We have 54 and 14, so 9 and 5. I'm just looking at this imagery, the sun and the moon, and then we have the chakras. So we can expect it just seems like we're going to be receiving upgrades. The sun and the moon received them, and now the sun and the moon are our luminaries, and they are the transmitters and the of light, and the moon reflects the light. Now the moon is a machine, is a different type of mechanism. It's not as organic as the sun is. So the moon is just reflecting back how well the light from the sun is flowing through the inhabitants, aka us. Okay. Instant manifestation. Cool. That's fun. Look at all this. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, my head's been feeling weird. And I haven't really known if it's because, I did my hair or just different stuff. Because my back has also been hurting. Like, it's been like aching in a release type of way. And the purple and the blue reminded me of that, because that's the crown chakra, the brow chakra, and the throat chakra. Instant manifestation. Soul and mind working together create a dream in the heart. Purpose. You have nothing to lose. You carry the dream. Your intention is pure. Be ready to receive. So yes, we're receiving upgrades. So it might be a little bit disorienting to see how fast everything that has been, deliberately and consciously as well as unconsciously worked towards how it all just comes to fruition. And it might be uncomfortable to get adjusted to, because like at the bottom card at the beginning, make room, how like you've been taking all this time making all this room, and then now the rooms are getting filled up with exactly everything that you wanted and then some. So it's going to be a disorienting feeling. And then unfortunately, I mean, some people choose to not really speak on it, but I mean, I don't feel like there's any wrong in speaking on things that need to be acknowledged. Okay, because just like it's those of us that have stuck to the path, did the work, it's going to be uncomfortable to see what comes. It's going to be, disorienting to get readjusted. Sorry, I thought it was somebody I knew. But it's going to be disorienting to get readjusted to the fact that what was only on the inside is now on the outside. And that's for those on the flip side too, like those that are still committed to building for the dying world. It's going to probably be uncomfortable for them to see their inside world brought to fruition, because it's going to be filled with, I mean, it's a little dark, but death. Like a lot of things that are dying and a lot of death, and just probably things that need to gotten rid of, and just, all types of things. And then just to add another layer, we are all going to be occupying similar space. Like we are, but we aren't. Like what's going to be the protection and the separation is the frequency, of course, but in this type of reality that we live in, like we're gonna know people that are gonna be on either ends of the spectrum. Like we're gonna know people that are still in the dying world, and having to deal with that, and the things that have manifested from that. And then there's those of us that are building the new, what's going to happen after everything dies. Look, y'all, I did not put my hair in the hot water, I'm not gonna lie, because not all hair, you really have to do that, but I'm realizing you have to do that with this hair. But that's neither here or there. So yes, purpose. It says be ready to receive. So yes, get yourself ready for an influx of light. The winter solstice is coming up. So yeah, December has some heavy hitters, okay? We have the full moon in Gemini. We have the 12/12 portal. We have the beginning of winter / the winter solstice. And then what else happens this month? And then there's a new moon in Sagittarius. So yeah, we got some stuff going on. And then I'm sure that there's other things. Something, I think it's Neptune, maybe. I think maybe Neptune grows out of retrograde on the 10th, December 10th. So yes, and that's just more relinquishing. Like that's when the switch turns to from the internal back to the external. So yes, you guys, brace yourself, take care of yourself. Please take care of your body. Please take care of your nervous system. Don't let nobody get on your nerves. Don't let nobody tell you you're dramatic. What else? I don't know. Pay attention to the birds. Because I'm seeing birds, and then all the birds that were in the cards. You know what I mean? And then we got the strength. You see, the strength of your truth. Swords usually represent that, Okay, I'm gonna read from Tobacco and then I'm done. Where's the book? Right here in my face. Tobacco. The upright power, ofrenda, offering, divine gift, invocation, respect, deep alignment with will and purpose. Wow. Reversed, illusion of power, power hungry, lack of respect, inner conflict, addiction, stuck in habits, fear of failure. I'm just going to read the guidance, you guys. 30-30. Guidance. The gods of power are here to serve, and they demand loving respect. Tobacco reminds us to utilize power compassionately. How we use and direct this power determines the quality of life. Offer your actions as a divine gift, selflessly and in service to the sacred. Grandfather Tobacco's protective and powerful energy lovingly opens the doorway to the spirit world to those who ask with humility and respect. Don't allow the illusions of power to ignite destructive behaviors or propel you toward addictive habits. Thank you. And on that note, we'll chat again soon. Real soon for the full moon. So, see ya. Thank you. Do the YouTube thing. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.